I think it's pretty common knowledge that British music, led by four Scousers in a Mini Cooper, swept America in the 1960s. What's less talked about is that the US Billboard Hot 100 has had not one British invasion, but three. The first of these is said to have lasted from 1964 to 1971, underscoring once again the outrageous influence of the Beatles. But the second British invasion, which has its own Wikipedia page, is often said to have taken place between 1980 and 1989. This is when MTV, which was launched to the sound of Video Killed the Radio Star by the British new wave band, the Boggles, helped other British artists from that genre crack America. Even now, it's not unusual for me to go into an American store and hear songs like Tainted Love by Soft Cell, Rio by Duran Duran, or Sweet Dreams by Eurythmics. On May 25th, 1985, British acts accounted for a staggering 8 songs on the US Billboard Top 10. In fact, throughout the 80s, British artists, including Tears for Fears, Phil Collins and Bonnie Tyler, spent more time atop the US Hot 100 than their 60s counterparts. And then it all came crashing down. In the 90s and 2000s, there were entire years where no British artist topped the charts. Until then, that hadn't happened since 1963. It kind of felt like the British invasion was over. Until I moved here. You see, it was shortly after then that the third British invasion began to take shape. Coincidence? Definitely not. In 2011, you couldn't move in the US without hearing Rolling in the Deep by Adele, or What Makes You Beautiful by One Direction, or Price Tag by Jessie J. So it makes perfect sense to me that music scholars believe this is when the third British invasion began. Now, signs of a full-on invasion were there for me in my first year when Miley Cyrus released Party in the USA. And I know what you're thinking, ooh, Lawrence. Miley's American, and that's a song about revelry in the United States of America. Yes, but that song, which you hear every 4th of July without fail, was originally written for and partially by the British artist Jessie J, who I just mentioned.
For me, it was I hopped off the plane at LAX with my tea and my cardigan. Welcome to the land of famous X. Whoa, am I going to fit in? So it was my experience of going to LA.
The 2010s saw British artists get significant airplay in the US, from Edward Sheeran to Harold Styles. Which begs the question, when did it end? Well, we're not entirely sure that it did. Those artists, as well as Dua Lipa, Charlie XCX, and Calvin Harris, continue to enjoy mainstream success in America. So far, not one of them has thanked me, but it does raise two questions. Will America ever escape the clutches of British music? And number two, no, it won't.